Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another Scrap and Chat. Now I have to say you may hear some stuff in the background. My husband and Mason are actually in the basement, which is 2 floors from me, and I can hear them like they were up here. They're being pretty loud. But if I wanted to get this up today, I had to get this done. And I'm going to do another Scrap and Chat because it saves me from having to do a voiceover, and I don't have a lot of time today to get things done. So today is Monday, the day that this is going to go up. Monday, it's Labor Day, and that's why everyone is here, because there is no work today. So that means it's going to be a tad loud. Okay, I mentioned this in my last video that for some reason these photos, it's like they have nothing on them. Like they're so thin. I don't know what kind of paper they use to print the photos where I get my photos printed, but I don't know if they went down in quality of, I mean, everything, right? Everything goes down in quality. You pay more, but it's less quality. So I have to use my knife and try to give it a little bit of a lip so that I can rest this perfect layer ruler up against the photo so that I can put a mat around my photo. So yes, Mason and my husband are downstairs in the basement. They're playing hockey. Mason started, I guess it's summer, fall hockey. I think he's got, we counted them yesterday, I think he's got 7 sessions of the summer fall hockey that we put him in, and then he's going to start his regular season. There we go. Is that enough of a slant? I want to put a slant up here, a slant or down here and up here, or should I just do straight? I don't know. We'll leave it like that for now because I definitely can straighten it out. But if I cut it off right now, I won't be able to do anything to it because this is it for the full 12-inch of this pattern paper. So I'm just going to leave it. This was a page kit that I put together back in April to go to a crop, and I didn't end up putting all the pages together. I didn't have many page kits left, but I've had enough that I was able to make some pages since using these page kits. Okay, let's see. So this has a lot of yellow in it. And I thought this was perfect because I love this. It kind of puts focus on that building. I'm pretty sure this is St. Kitts. Isn't it funny that when you first go somewhere, everything is so clear. Everything is like, yep, I just know what everything is. And then the more that time goes by, the more that we forget. And that's why scrapbooking is so important, because it's for those little details that for me anyway, I forget. And that's why I like, if the kids say something funny or anything like that, I like to do a page almost right away, because otherwise I'm just going to forget. It's kind of sad, but it's a fact. Ugh. See, I love using wax paper, but it does stick. Eesh. Okay, I think I'm going to ink the edges. I like this one, frayed burlap. I had this one out, walnut stain. I don't know, it's not my favorite, walnut stain. I use it because, you know, I want to make sure to use everything I own, but it's not my favorite. So for this one here, I think I'm going to use frayed burlap. I just like the tone of it. I think it depends on which layout you use it on too. With the browns, this brown goes way better with the tone of this. So this, you know, page kit had a bunch of scraps in it, and it is one of my favorite way to put page kits together, but also to scrap, because I feel like the page puts itself together, because, you know, you kind of go with what is in the page kit and you put the page together. Now, talking about page kits, right now I'm offering a new class, and it's all about page kits and making kits, and then from the kits making page kits. Now, what I did was I started, or how should I say that? There's 4 ways that I like to start page kits. And then from those page kits, or make big kits, and then from those big kits, I make some page kits. I'm a little brain foggy today. We went to the drive-in last night, so we went to bed pretty late. So my brain is still in a little bit of a fog. But I was just released it on Saturday. So it has 4 major kits, and from those, and it's, you know, how I like to build the kits. And what I like about it is that hopefully people will find a way that works for them, or you can kind of blend them, you know, take a little bit of each and make it your own. And that's what I find. I get so many emails, and even going to crops and stuff, I get, you know, so many people coming up to me and saying, you know what, I starting putting page kits together, and when I go to crops now, man, I get so many layouts done. And that's fun to hear. It's encouraging to hear. And, you know, I'm not saying at all that I'm the one that came up with that, with, you know, making page kits or whatever. I've been doing that for maybe, I've been scrapbooking for 21 years. Yeah, because my son's going to be 20. So 21 years. And I started making page kits probably 16 years ago, 17 years ago. And in that time, I've just changed it, tweaked it, and made it so that when I make page kits now, I find that I'm getting the most of my supplies. And also I find that making pages, really, they come together really quickly. Where before it would take me, I can remember way back when I would, because at first I only made page kits for when I went to crops. So when I would do pages, you know, in my scrap room at home, I would just put a page together, right? And it would take me sometimes up to a week to get a page done. Because I had, you know, a craft room. So I would move stuff around and then move it around and move it around and move it around. And then I would just kind of give up and go, okay, well, I'll just work on it tomorrow. And then the next day I would do that again. And it would take me up to a week to get a layout done. Another thing that, and then I started making page kits for my scrap room. And now, you know, well, when was it? Friday? I put a page together, and when I uploaded the video, I couldn't believe it. It was 22 minutes. I'm like, what? That's insane. Like, I didn't realize that I put that page together that quickly. I was impressed with myself. I was like, no way. There's no way I put up that page together that quickly, but I did, because it was real time, and I just put the page together, and that's what I like. I mean, I love scrapbooking. I don't like that leafy thing. There we go. And this is a lemon. And this, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is St. Kitts. From what I remember, that was the building that was in St. Kitts. I have closer pictures of it, so I'll have to go and read it. And you know, those islands, they have fresh fruits and all this stuff. So to me, that works perfectly. I like this today. And I forgot what I was saying now. Remember the brain fog I was talking about? It is real today. I think I was talking about that in one of my whipping chats, and I was saying, or maybe it was Diamond Paint with me, lately, like probably in the last year, I've noticed that I've, you know, experiencing what they call brain fog. And I was like, what is going on? And then I started doing, you know, a little bit more research about, you know, losing weight and all this stuff, because we were doing keto quite a bit, and my husband is losing way more weight than I am. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, we're both eating the same bloody thing. One, I probably have less weight than him to lose. So that, you know, when they say when you get close to your goal, it's a little harder to lose. But still, it was like, okay, this is discouraging. So I started doing some research, and I saw that it doesn't seem that keto works as well for women over 50 because of your hormone changes and all this stuff. So I'm like, great. So I'm trying to do a little bit more research, you know, on maybe how can I lose weight and all this stuff. So anyway, I was doing research on like approaching menopause and all this stuff, and it said, you know, brain fog and lack of energy and all this stuff. And the struggle is real. Lately, the struggle is real. Like, I have no energy, and it's really hard for me to do. And I'm used to, you know, I get crap done, you know, like I would get a lot done. I was telling my husband, I said, I don't know how I did it before. Like, I was working full time, and I was putting up a video a day. And I did that for, like, it wasn't just a month. Like, now I do it like, you know, I'll do a month of, I'll do a video a day this month or whatever. No, I was doing that all the time. I was putting up a video a day, and I did that for like 2 years. I'm like, I don't know how I did that. Like, I really don't. I don't understand, but I think it's because I don't have the energy that I had back then. So I'm trying, you know, we're trying to walk more and all this stuff, which we started walking early this summer, which did us no good at all because my husband injured himself in July. And we ended up not being able to walk all of July. And I was so discouraged. And I, you know what? It's my fault. I should have just said, okay, well, you can't walk, but I can go on the treadmill. But that's what I mean. I just don't have the motivation and all this stuff. So I'm trying to get myself out of that. But anyway, they were saying, I was reading and it was saying that you can kind of fix that with your diet and stuff. So we'll see. I'm still going to do keto somewhat. I'm going to do it again full force for like a month. And then we'll see how it goes. And if not, if that doesn't work, because we've been kind of slack the last little bit, I have to say. So I'll do it again for a month. We're going to start this week. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to do that whole other one that I was reading up on. But I'm definitely going to start walking every day, whether my husband can or not, because he still has like softball and all this stuff. So on the days that we can't walk together, I'm just going to go on the treadmill. I got to. It's important, right? We need to take care of ourselves. It's important. It's not fun. Let me know in the comments down below. Who enjoys to exercise? I don't enjoy it whatsoever. I mean, we have a treadmill and we have an elliptical machine. First of all, I think it was like a month ago. I think it was in July when my husband hurt himself. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on the elliptical machine every day. And I'm going to go on the treadmill. And I think I did it for like a week. That elliptical, my Lanta. Whew. I was like 5 minutes and I was done. I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm in bad shape. And he said, you know what? When I first started the elliptical too, I couldn't do it a long time. So I was like, oh, okay. And it hurt my lower back. I started getting back spasms. Wonderful things to be experiencing. I can tell you that. Whew. That was a lot of pain. So that's the main reason why I think I stopped, was because I started having back spasms. And I thought, you know what? I need to do just regular walks. Build up my back muscles again. And then work on maybe doing the elliptical. I don't mind getting older, you know, that's another thing I chatted about in one of my whipping chats. I said, you know, I ended up having cancer when I was 25. And, you know, up until then, when I turned 25, I was just like mortified. I was a quarter of a century old and all this stuff. And I was just, mortified. And then less than a year later, I ended up, you know, getting cancer. And then my perspective totally changed. Then I thought 25 is really young. And then after that, I just thought, you know, every year that I get older, I just think I made it one more year, so I don't mind getting older. It's just I need to stay healthy. That's my thing. I need to exercise and all this stuff. My husband and I were doing really good there about a year ago. Walking all the time. We went walking again yesterday. We did 4 kilometers. We did quite a bit this summer, just not to the extent that we did last year. Like last summer, we went and we walked 47 kilometers in one day. And I mean, yes, I can tell you, when I got to the end, I sat down. It wasn't in the middle of the road, but it was on the side of the road. And I said to my husband, I'm not getting up. Like, I'm done. And then when my daughter came to pick us up, because we were quite far from we were 47 kilometers from our vehicle. When she came to pick us up, he had to like help me get up and everything. Like, I was sore. Now I have to say, the next day I wasn't sore, which was weird. But we were walking every day, and some days we were walking like 14 kilometers a day in preparation for this. There is no way that this year that we could do that. Like, that would not happen. So I'm kind of sad about that. But all you can do is start again, right? So we have Mason right now, but we're going to bring him home soon. And then we're going to go for a walk again. I'm definitely going for a walk today. And it's supposed to start raining this afternoon, and it's going to rain tomorrow. But my husband has softball tomorrow, so we wouldn't have been walking anyway. But I'm going to go on the treadmill. I need to make myself accountable again. I got to start wearing my Fitbit watch again and saying, okay, I got to do 10,000 steps a day. I was looking at an app too, and it was like, if you walk 30 minutes a day for 21 days, not missing one day, people lose weight. And then if you do keto on top of that, it'd probably really help. That one might be a little hard for me, because when I do work, which I work next Sunday, which is like less than a week from now, I can't. By the time the driving back and forth to work and there, it's a 14-hour day. There's just no time. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I get home at 7 o'clock at night. I usually just have a shower and go to sleep. Do this. So that's going to be a hard one to do 21 days in a row. But maybe if I just miss the one. Because the second night I might be able to do it, because then the next day I don't work a day shift, I work a night shift. But usually though, by the time I get home, I'm so tired, I just don't feel like going for a walk. We shall see. So that's what's on my mind right now, is starting that again. Getting healthy. I don't think I'm going to use this. Now, once I get to this part, I look at what else I can add. I try to add as many of the embellishments as I possibly can. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. It's not a big deal, right? But I tried to put as many as I can, and then that way I don't have as many to put into my, oh, you can probably hear Mason now. To put back into my stash. Because a lot of this is sort of like a second chance. And that's what I like about using scraps, is a second chance. I'm giving the products a second chance. Okay. I don't think I'm going to put any enamel dots. Usually I do, but I just ended up putting some hearts. I'm going to cover the photo, and I think the only thing left is to put some mist. So one thing that I forgot to mention, and I get a ton of questions, is where do I find the link for your classes? In every single video on YouTube, in the description box under the video, I have a link to my website, NicoleJones911.com. And if you go under classes, then you can just, I think this class was class number 13. So I have a range of classes. The new one is called Kit It Up, and it all has to do with kits. Look how fast this page kit came together, super quickly. I think I might put another color. I was thinking yellow, but I don't think yellow is going to pop or show at all. So I think I'm just going to do white, just to add some contrast. There we go. So yes, the new class is called Kit It Up, and the link is in the description box below. And also, I just want to thank everyone who purchased the class. It means the world to me that you're supporting, you know, my little corner of the universe on the web. And it means the world to me that I'm able to live out my dream. And that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.